Ladies and gentlemen, Hex community of all ages, hey, Jake Freedom here, coming to you live from YouTube for this week's HexDekanomics. And most of you probably know there wasn't a Hex update last Saturday, and that was because I had to leave for Minneapolis early Friday morning and didn't get back till really late Sunday night. And by that time, I really didn't feel like doing a video because I just didn't want to. Didn't want to do it Monday or Tuesday. And I felt I would explain the story today on Wednesday when we do HexDekanomics. So what we can do, though, since we are able to do anything we want to on our own channel here, is we can talk about what has happened. What happened? What did we miss from last Saturday's Hex update? And that is the announcement of a $100,000 tournament that details will be released sometime in the near future. That's going to be put on by, from what I gather, GameForge and possibly CZE. Now that is pretty exciting stuff there. $100,000 tournament for this game. I am really excited about that particular tournament there, and I'm hoping that it'll actually come out. Now, obviously, $100,000 tournament, it's not going to be $100,000 to win. That's just the total prize pool. If I were to speculate now, I would say it's maybe $10,000 to win. Regardless, though, $10,000 to win, it's not that bad. That's a pretty good payday in itself. So hopefully, we'll get some more details soon, and we'll get you guys updated on that, though. But for now, that all they said is there's going to be a tournament for $100,000, and details will be released, in the future. And if you missed that article, if you don't watch the forums at all, I'll go ahead and link that in the description below. But that's all we're going to talk about for updates. There was a patch today. We're not going to talk about that patch today either. We're going to wait till Saturday to do that particular patch. So, what are we talking about today? We're going to talk about this week's HexDekanomics, and we are again doing a deck that's $10 or under at the time that I made it. Now, this particular deck here, it's not that awesome. I'm going to agree with I'll be the first one to say that, but you might have some fun playing with it, and you might be able to build upon it. Whether or not it's better than one of the decks you can buy. I'm going to guarantee you that it'll be better than one of the decks that you can possibly buy for $10. But so what do we got in this particular deck here? We have 14 Sapphire Shards. We have 10 Ruby Shards. We have 4 Burns, 2 Bomb Smiths, 2 Ruby Pyromancers, 2 Air Superiorities, 2 Flock of Seagulls, 4 Thunderbirds, 3 Time Ripples, 2 Schemes, and if nobody remembers what Scheme is, Scheme is a 2 casting cost, 2 Threshold Sapphire. Choose an action in your deck, create 4 cards with that card's name and put them into your deck. 2 Command Towers, 4 Buccaneers, 2 Mesmerize, 3 Phoenix Guard Trainers, 2 Mind Callers, and 2 Phoenix Guard Enforcers. Again, when this deck was made, it was right around $9.60 some odd cents. Whether or not that's going to be the case now, I created this deck probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. But again, it's under $10, and you have to remember that some of the top tier decks are going for anywhere between the $130 to $150 range. This is just somewhere to maybe get you started, something to go off of, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and give this deck a try. This is 10 or under version 3. So let's go ahead and hop into the proving grounds, and we're just going to play the computer. Now, with today's patch update, they have increased the AI's awareness and the AI's ability to actually play the game a little bit better. So we'll see how this deck actually does and whether or not it is going to be relevant. Some of it is, some of it's not. We're going to go ahead and play first. So we'll see what our opening hand is here. We got a couple shards. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep that because the mana curve. That's MTG talk there. The resource curve here, or whatever you want to call it, is fairly low. It's nothing too high. I think 4 is the highest. So we're going to go ahead and keep this hand here. And since we're playing first, we don't really have an opening turn 1 play. We do, but we're not going to waste that burn there. So We'll go ahead and play a Ruby Shard and just go ahead and pass the turn to the computer. And we'll see what he does. He's not going to do much, it looks like. Turn 1, 2, and 3, not a whole lot happens. A lot of us know. I do like the new animation there. It kind of just holds the card just for a second and then drops it back into your hand there. So let's go ahead and play a Sapphire Shard. And I really want to play Bombsmith, but yet again I don't, because I want to be able to use this ability to maybe do some damage to either a 1 toughness troop that the AI lays down. So again, we're going to go ahead and pass the turn and just leave everything be. And we know we have our burn as a quick action, yet we can still play in response to something like Ruby Powermaster. Now we're not going to waste our burn on that. We're going to lay down our Bombsmith and then take out his or hers Ruby Powermaster with our Bombsmith. So not too bad of a start here. So let's go ahead and lay another Ruby Shard. Then we'll go ahead and drop our Bombsmith. And we'll go ahead and activate its ability and take out the Ruby Powermancer. And again, we still have at least 1 resource in reserve here, so we can still activate a burn spell if need be, if something comes out that we don't like. Again, another Ruby Pyromancer. Yeah, you know what I'm thinking? I think I'm gonna not allow that to happen. I'm not gonna do that right now, obviously, because I can't, because it's still in the chain. Now we're gonna go ahead and respond to that. We're going to kill that, because I just don't want his troops becoming relevant. Let him do whatever he wants. We're just gonna try to keep the board as clear as possible. I guess you could maybe call this somewhat of a control deck. I don't know. So what can we do here? Let's go ahead and bury the top 2 cards of the AI's deck there. Maybe get something relevant. Lay down a Sapphire Shard. And let's see here. We don't want to play a Buccaneer because we have nothing to actually bounce back. Let's just go ahead and play Phoenix Guard Trainer. Why not? And we might as well swing in, since there is nothing that is going to prevent us from doing that. And we'll pass the turn off there. So we at least have a 3/2 defender on the board if he throws something out here that has speed, which Gem Snatcher does. Arena Brawler does not. And now we're going to get a Blaze Elemental. So we're probably going to take 3 damage here. No. Oh, he did that. The AI did that on the second main phase, which has been an issue since the AI has come out, basically. Alright, so now what do we do here? Do we throw back Gem Snatcher? Do we throw back Arena Brawler? What do we want to do? I say we do neither. And what we're going to do here is we're going to kill the Arena Brawler. And then we're going to go ahead and lay down the Command Tower. And go to attack phase, and we will just attack with the Phoenix Guard Enforcer. Interesting new placement for the constants over here on the side, so we'll see how that goes rather than down here on the bottom. Yeah, I don't mind that over there as long as it's out of the way. I guess there were some issues with the cards getting in the way of the buttons and interfering with some other cards. So we'll see how that works out over there. We'll see if they stack, what they do. I don't think I have that many constants or artifacts or anything like that. So, all right. AI still has nothing going on. Let's just go ahead and bury 2 more cards from its deck. And do I really want to bounce the Gem Snatcher? I think we do. I think we're going to bounce the Gem Snatcher this time. Go and accept that, send that back. He's going to be able to get it out, which is fine. Then we can go ahead and get in for 6 damage here, not have to worry about anything blocking us. And then we still have a 3/2 troop up in the field that we can block with if something comes out. Again, with speed. So, like I said, this deck probably isn't the best, but, it's someplace you can start. Okay, now we got another 3-1. We can go ahead and bounce that again, and it's going to be our turn. We'll be able to crash in here for at least 9 damage, so we're actually going to win this game. Not too terribly hard. We might as well just go ahead and mill a couple more cards, even though it's not necessary. And we'll play our Buccaneer again, and then we'll go ahead and bounce the Prince. Go ahead and resolve that. Proceed to our attack phase, and we'll go ahead and smash in for 9 and win the game. So this particular game here went pretty good for us here. Everything came out in the correct order that we wanted it to, and we were relatively easy to be able to beat the AI. Now, beating the AI, some might argue if that's a fair matchup, or should you go into the actual proving grounds. It all depends. The proving grounds is kind of a toss-up because you might get some low-level decks, you might get some top tier decks people are testing out. You never know what you're going to get there. Where the AI is always it's going to be more of a constant with the AI, so that's why I choose to play the AI there and what have you. So that is this week's HexDekanomics with this deck that's going to be $10 or under. If you guys are interested in the deck and you can't get the deck off of the actual video here, let me know. I'll go ahead and post it in the comments. But if not, I won't bother doing that. So other than that, if you like the video, go and give it a thumbs up. If you want to let me know something about this deck or this HexDekanomics, go and leave a comment down below. And of course, if you want to see more of these videos and the other videos in the channel here, be sure to click subscribe down below, and we'll have another video for you soon.